guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'll be making egg fried rice from leftover ingredients here. And as you can see, I've got like the normal basics, light soy sauce and dark soy sauce. The first step in cooking this is to prepare your ingredients. Basically, you chop all the things that need to be chopped, like your bell pepper, ginger and garlic, the sausages and the onions. So I'll be showing how to chop the bell pepper because I found a very cool trick on YouTube. And the secret is you chop somewhere like this. You're trying to get out the seeds because we don't need them. We sort of like need only the flesh. So you chop head off and then bottom off, and then you're quite easily able to get out this and get the skin alone without all the unnecessary seeds. So one sec. So yeah, what you have at the end now is like more flesh. You're able to get out like the core of the seed, and to remove the head you can just chop out all the sides. And yeah, probably use a better knife. So yeah. Yeah, so done chopping the bell pepper into like small fine pieces but still noticeable. Now I'm gonna show you a very cool trick on how to chop your garlic and how to peel your garlic rather. So to peel your garlic often gets a bit tricky because of how like close the skin the layers are. So a very cool trick you can do is hold your knife and then press down with as much force as you can muster, and then you notice the skin basically falls off, and this also sort of like does the first step of the chopping for you, as in it breaks down the garlic and becomes much easier to chop. And as you can see, the skin literally falls off without me having to do anything. So, and then you can proceed to chop as you like. Done. So yeah, done roughly chopping that. I'm going to do the same with my onions, and I sort of cut the bottom off before remembering that I'm shooting a video. So to make it easy to peel, I'm just going to sacrifice the first layer that I can get off, and once I do that, I'm able to get off the entire skin and the sacrificed layer also. So it's lazy, but it's quick and it's effective, you know. So yeah. And then I'm also going to be roughly chopping my onions, just sizes small enough to not be the main focus of the food, but also not like finely cut enough as like much as my ginger or as my garlic. So yeah. And now we're done preparing all the ingredients. Bell peppers chopped, sausages, onions, ginger and garlic, eggs ready, rice ready, and all the other spices in place. So yeah, done.
Right.
Is to actually like start cooking. I put the oil on a bit like a minute ago, so it looks hot already. So I'm gonna put in the onions to start. So that's one of my favorite smells, to be honest. Favorite sound rather. So you want the onions to fry until fragrant. You know the smell onion produces when it's very hot. So you just want that to fry for a minute, not too long because it browns when it becomes when it fries for too long and then loses some flavor. So you just want it to fry till aromatic and then this go in. So that takes about a minute or so, hot, and that's how it should be. The entire cooking process is actually very quick. So at this point, some of the onions are starting to want to brown, but I don't want them to brown, so I quickly stir and sweep it with my ginger and garlic. So this process is same for these. You basically stir them properly and then you let them also fry for about a minute or two till you can perceive the smell that comes from them. So I'm just gonna wait a minute or two for this. So at this point I can perceive the ginger and garlic, and some are also starting to want to brown, and once again I don't want that to happen, so I swoop in with my eggs. But this is the bit tricky part, in that I don't want the eggs to also cook firmly. So it's sort of like when you make scrambled eggs, so just let them start to form and once I notice the eggs are starting to become solid, because the eggs are going to be part of the dish until the end, so you don't want them to cook now and then burn eventually. So once they are starting to form shape, you go in with your rice. The rice has to be cooked already, because this is just to put everything together. So you want to stir very well so the egg and rice are evenly distributed, and every spoon of rice you take going forward has some egg in it, and every egg is also like attached to some amount of rice. So you want to stir well. So yeah, let it cook. And once you notice you have a good stir, that's a good point to go in with your spices or sauces. You go in with your light soy sauce, and then you go in with your dark soy sauce. The other doesn't really matter, it's just I picked based on how close they were to my hand, and then just a very tad bit of sesame oil just for added flavor. And once again, you want to stir very well. You notice your rice is starting to have some color. The eggs are also solidifying as if they were cooking instead of frying. So you notice everything coming together, and it's a shame that you're not yet to smell this, but it's starting to also smell very amazing. So at this point, you're sort of as good as done. If you add any spring onions, this is where you add it to the dish. Of course, we do not have any spring onions. We're going with what we have instead, which is basically a bunch of cool stuff, you know, and then some parsley to pretend to be healthy. And yeah, so you mix everything together. Try to mix so everything is as even as possible. And you also have to mix quickly because you don't want anything burning. You just want everything to cook perfectly. Nothing burnt, nothing undone. Just, you know, the perfect cooking temperature and stuff. So, yes! Wait. Yes, came out well. And there you have it, egg fried rice made from leftover food. Yeah, cheers.